Pamela Worth and Bree-Ann Comstock here with Healing Tree Natural Health Improvement Center from beautiful Whitehall, Michigan. And we are going to give you a great recipe today called chickpea poppers. So have you ever had chickpea poppers before?
I have not.
She has not. So she's in for a treat of her life. So chickpea poppers, chickpeas, that's another name for garbanzo bean. So how many of you ever have garbanzo beans? We also call those chickpeas. So chickpea poppers can be used as croutons in your salad. You can put them in your soup. You can just munch on them like a snack. In fact, one of the health seminars that I had, we made chickpea poppers, put them in a dish, and nobody would leave the dish. So they're really, really tasty. So Bree-Ann is going to tell us a little bit about the value of chickpeas, and I bet you didn't know any of these, so go for it.
Yeah, so chickpeas can prevent constipation. In 1 cup, there's 12.5 grams of fiber, which is crazy. And then they reduce unhealthy cholesterol. They also prevent and improve diabetes because they have a positive effect on blood glucose levels. They also prevent anemia. 1 cup of chickpeas contains 26% of the recommended daily intake of iron.
That's amazing, just from chickpeas. So this is actually a good healthy snack, and I am guessing that most people will love this. It's got an assortment of spices in it, and so what we do, the first thing that we do is we take 2 cans of chickpeas. Now you're welcome to buy the dried chickpeas and soak them and process them that way. But for ease, we just got 2 cans of organic chickpeas. I rinsed them in a colander. And then what you want to do, you want to make sure they're dry. So I laid down a cotton cloth and put these in them and then wiped them down so that they were nice and dry. Matte is what the recipe says. By the way, Bree-Ann is going to post this recipe underneath the posting. Is that what we do?
Yeah.
Is that what we call that? So, okay. So let's go down. You want to say what's the first thing that we need?
Like spices? Or?
Yeah, no, we'll go right there.
Okay. So you'll need 2 cans of chickpeas, which we already talked about, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a half to 3/4 teaspoons of salt, and then 2 to 4 teaspoons of spices. We use chili powder, curry powder, cumin, smoked paprika, rosemary, thyme, and I think that's all we've got in ours.
Yeah. And so this calls for olive oil. However, we melted some coconut oil. We just had that ready and ready to go. We melted coconut oil. I prefer coconut oil. If you like coconut oil, go for it. And so obviously if you had olive oil, you wouldn't need to melt it. It would already be liquid for you. So the first thing that we're going to do is Bree-Ann mixed up all of the spices here for you, and we're going to repeat what those spices are. And I want you to blend them nicely. So what is this lovely concoction again, Bree-Ann?
It's chili powder, curry powder, cumin, smoked paprika, rosemary, and thyme.
Yeah, it makes a really, really nice mixture of spices. And then we have some salt here. How much salt are we using?
Half to 3/4 teaspoons.
Okay, half to 3/4 teaspoon. I use Celtic sea salt. It's got the minerals in it. It's very, very nice to do that. Okay, so we opened them. We got what we needed with those chickpeas. So now what does it say? What did we heat our oven to?
400 degrees.
Okay, so we've got that preheated already, and so the next thing that we do, what does it say to do?
Toss the chickpeas with the oil and the salt.
Okay, so we'll get a dish and we'll do that. So just put those right in there. Is that what it's called for?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got that. And I don't use all the spices, so I want you just to put half the spices in because I use the second half when it is all finished. So we have that right there. And I'll let you mix that up nice and thorough. Okay, so Bree-Ann has mixed that all up, and then she's only going to put in half the spices and all the salt and get that nice and mixed up. When I used to eat Doritos, I loved Doritos, and I found that these spices have a real close resemblance to that kind of flavor. But you're not getting any of the MSGs, you're not getting any of the unhealthy stuff. This is just total good for you snack. Do you cook a lot at home, Brianne?
Yeah. We've got a big family, so we cook a bunch.
You got a big family, so you cook a bunch. Yeah. Okay, that's great. And then she's going to just put them on a cookie sheet, lay them out, and we want them to be a single file. And if you need a second one, we can do that. One of the fun things about practicing from my home is when people walk in, they can smell all the good stuff that we've been cooking. They always ask, what is it that we're having? Nice. So this is a great recipe for holiday time. It's a great recipe for not holiday time. They're just excellent. So she only put half of the spices in the mix with the oil. She put all the salt in, however, and so then we're going to put that in the preheated oven of 400 till how long does it say to go in?
20 to 30 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the timer on, and I would say about every 5 or 8 minutes you're going to check and you're going to stir them. You're looking for them to be crispy without burning, unless you're somebody who likes burnt food, which I have somebody in my family that loves burnt food. But anyway, we're going to set the timer on and we're going to keep checking in on it. And so we're going to turn the video off right now, and we're going to come back when it's all done. So we'll see you soon. Here we are back after we have prepared our chickpea poppers, and they've been nice and brown. They're crispy. And so before they're cooled off, what we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of our spices to the chickpeas. Just sprinkle that on, and then you're going to stir that up. Sometimes if you like them a little saltier, I would encourage you to add more salt to the original mixture and put that on so that you can get a nice savory salty flavor. So then this is what it's like when it's done, right on your cookie sheet, and then you can just pour that into a bowl and serve that with as croutons on your salads. You can serve it in soups. It's excellent in soups, or just as a snack. So bon appetit, and hope you enjoy.